It's Kara. Welcome to the show. It is Today's Living. And listen, subscribe to my channel. Look above my thumb. Click subscribe. It makes me feel wonderful and feel so much love. So please do that. Also visit our blog at www.todaysliving.net. You will love it, and there's so much information on there. And if I don't have it on there, share it with me and I'll add it. We're going to do a slow cooked pork roast today. Now let me tell you, you got to listen closely because this is one of two recipes. You can do this just as a regular slow cooked pork, pour it over some rice or potatoes, and it's phenomenal. You can also put it with sandwiches, but you can also, by listening to the ingredients that I give you, turn this into a slow cooked pork chili, and you will love it as well. So instead of making two separate recipes, I'm going to combine it to show you how two different meals can be created by pretty much one common crock-pot dish. Does that make sense? Okay, well, it makes enough sense to me, and that's all that matters right now because I need to know what I'm doing. Here's what we've got. You need a pork roast. This is a round butt roast, and it's about 2 pounds. You need celery, you need onions, you need chicken broth, steak sauce, salt, garlic, Rotel tomatoes. These are Rotel tomatoes with green chilies. Now, if you don't want the green chilies with the kick, then just use 1 can of diced tomatoes. And I've got ground sage. Here's what we need, and listen up. To tweak this into a pork chili, and it's going to be shredded pork chili. So there's nothing else out there like it. The only thing you need to do is you're going to do 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 can of black beans, 1 can of red beans, and some sour cream and cheese. That is it. Those ingredients you will add halfway in between we're cooking this. So just so you know, that's all you need to turn this into 2 different meals. But I'm going to start. We need to first I layer it, and you always want to layer your stuff in a crock pot so the stuff that gets mushy isn't cooked first and basically disintegrates. So we're starting with our onions. I always put my onions on the bottom and then put my meat on top because it really seeps in the flavors. And just as heat rises, so does everything in the crock pot, and the flavors just soak up. So let's put this, then we're going to chop our celery. We're going to do about 1 cup of celery. And that's why I have these little stalks. I've eaten half of them, and we're using them for several different meals. But we're going to cut this just in bite-sized pieces. This is not a recipe we want to have to fiddle with a knife. And you don't want it so small, like chopped, because if you get them chopped, they're going to disintegrate too. So just keep them in nice half-inch pieces is just fine. We'll do that. Then we are going to add our pork. Voila. Just like this. So you see how easy this is? I'm going to use my knife to adjust it. Now this is a smaller crock pot. This is, I think, a 4.5 or 5 quart crock pot. You can see I've got another one next to it that's a 6.5 to 7 quart crock pot that I've got beef stew going in. All right, we have our pork roast right here. We're going to do 2 cups of the chicken broth, which is quite tasty. And this chicken broth is a Tuscany. It's the new flavors that they have by Progresso, which we do like. It already has half the seasonings in there. Now, let me tell you, if you don't like, this has basil, thyme. Let me show you. Thyme, rosemary, and basil, which are all great herbs to put in here and will not affect it either way. I'm trying to look at the 2 cups. But it adds a little flavor since we're not making the chili. Hello. I have this huge, I can't find my measuring cup. I think my husband hid it because he's sick of me cooking. So I'm trying to, this massive one is throwing me off. Now we're going to do a teaspoon of salt. Boop, boop, be-doo. We're going to do a shake of sage. Now if you're going to do the chili, don't put the sage in. There's no need to. You've got the cumin and you've got the chili powder. We are going to do, and all of this you can follow. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. That's going to go ahead and go in. We're going to do a can of tomatoes. Again, you can use diced, fresh, or the Rotel. And for this recipe, since we're not doing the chili, we're going to add a little bit more. Now, if you're going to do the chili, go ahead and use this, but only do about 1/4 cup. We're going to add 2/3 of a cup And you can tweak it, you can ask me questions. Hey, that way I know at least you saw it. So we're gonna pour that right there, gonna pour that baby in, and guess what? I'm ready to pop a lid on it and cook it all day. Now I've got it on high right here, that's fine. If I'm leaving it all day, you wanna make sure that your meat is covered. Those are no-brainers, I'm sure you know. But look, I've got 2 recipes made in about 15 minutes. Already, minimal cleanup, because I used like ingredients, but actually I could do 3 different flavors if I was gonna go ahead and add the beans and stuff. So guys, we'll see you in about 6 hours. Hey guys, we have just taken the lid off of this yummy pork roast. Look at this. I had to show it to you how awesome it is. Nice and shredded. Fabulous, fabulous. Now we had this on high for 6 hours. We're gonna turn it on low for another hour and let it just seep in the juices of our sauce that it's been cooking in. I also wanted to remind you that you can make 2 dishes out of the same base pork roast. Remember to add 1 cup kidney beans, 1 can kidney beans, 1 can black beans, 2 teaspoons cumin, and 2 tablespoons of chili powder. And you have got a shredded pork chili that will blow you away. So visit us at facebook.com/TLFamily, facebook.com/bagholder, and our new blog at www.todaysliving.net. And remember, we've got you covered.